I didn't do anything.
Is this how you take a selfie?
If you say so.
Oh. Hey, what's happening, Mike? Long time. I love it. Damn it, you got me on that one.
Thing one and thing two, baby.
That's right. So, everybody, hey, welcome again this evening. It's Ron and Mike as usual on Are You Shitting Me? TMI, the podcast. We were supposed to have a special guest, but she bailed on us. So I told her for bailing, we're going to talk shit about her all night.
Well, that's how we treat our special guests. That
I guess you should have been a guest.
Should have been here when we invited you. Oh, well, what are you going to do?
But, you know, for those of you that don't know, Mike and I talk about growing up in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And the name of our podcast is Are You Shitting Me? And there's a general purpose behind that. And Mike and I were talking earlier today, or it was yesterday. Shit, I forget what day it was. But kind of getting back to that portion of the show of Are You Shitting Me? Because there were so many of those moments when we were kids versus nowadays when you hear people say things or they don't are in disbelief of the things that we went through or did as kids. And literally it is the Are You Shitting Me defining moments. And that being said, Mike, what do you got?
Well, I'll tell you what, one of the things I thought we'd talk about tonight is, you know, celebrating the 4th of July then and now. I don't think we've really covered this in any podcast we've done at this point. And the reason why I want to bring it up is because I saw, I don't know if it's a TikTok or what the hell it was, but it's something that referenced North Las Vegas. And as you can tell, that's where my younger bro lives, is in Sin City, right? Well, this thing was hilarious. I wish I could play it for you.
Oh my God, I was peeing myself watching it.
It's hilarious because they talk about there's two adults playing the role of a father and a son, and they're going to this little makeshift fireworks stand. And so they get there. Well, first the kid says, "Dad, can we go get fireworks?" And the dad says, "Oh, sure, but you understand we're getting the safe and sane fireworks." "Okay, Dad." And so they get to there. You just have to go find it. I can't even describe it. But it's fucking hilarious.
Dude, my favorite is the guy behind the counter. "Welcome to Frank's Safe and Sane fireworks stand."
As you can tell, Safe and Sane 4 years in a row.
He goes, "I like Ninja Turtles." "Oh, we have Ninja Turtles. We got everything here." "Do you think that's turtles?" "No, that's not Safe and Sane."
So he lights. Sparkler hands it to the kid and says, "Hey, now don't touch the hot end."
Look, if I have to tell you to not touch the hot end, I'm going to smack you in the head right afterwards.
But the whole premise was hilarious, with one exception. When I watched it 5 or 6 times because it's that funny. I don't know who these guys are, but they're hilarious. I kind of get the feeling they must have something to do with a fire department somewhere in North Las Vegas. But when I saw that, look, here in Amarillo, they're having a fireworks celebration Friday in one of the local parks here. And we're getting what's going to amount to basically a 10-minute drone show and 10 minutes of fireworks. And between that video and what's coming up here, I just started reminiscing. I thought, are you shitting me? Back in the day, we bought firecrackers. We didn't have drones. I mean, Memorial Park, I think, had some fireworks. I think they shot fireworks off the top of Pikes Peak. Yeah. But one of the harbingers of summer was when the firecracker stands opened, and you would go get all you could, right?
Amen.
And so I have to tell you, one of my friends, he's actually the big boss at the group I work for in Amarillo, Alpha Media. And he posted a picture of some M80s, right?
Oh, dude, that brings back some memories.
Does it? I mean, what are you thinking right now? Ronnie and I didn't get to
right
do
now.
it.
I'm thinking we used to take buckets or whatever and put them upside down on that thing and watch that shit just blow up, or throw them in your mailbox and watch it blow the front of the mailbox out.
You've hit them all, brother. You've hit them all.
Oh,
because
man.
when he put this on his Facebook page, I immediately went right where you did, and I wrote something back. I made a comment, something to the effect of, "Hello, mailbox. Hello, trash can.
Yeah.
Goodbye, fingers." I mean, it was the risk you took. But
did you ever
these
drop
are
one
M80s.
down the toilet at school?
Oh, hell yeah. They were waterproof.
Hey, man.
So between M80s
I
and cherry
won't say
bombs,
what school it was, just to not implicate myself, but I recall a couple of times down a urinal, and they'll do some damage. They'll do some damage. For those of you that don't know what that is, that's an M80, and if I remember correctly, it's like a eighth of a stick of dynamite.
we were told they were a quarter stick of dynamite.
I think it's probably less than that, but back then, an eighth or a quarter, I mean, it'll blow some shit up.
It's going to blow your fingers off. I mean, who was it in the NFL? Paul. I'm trying to think of the player, linebacker. He was fucking around with firecrackers, and that's how he lost his fingers.
That's not anything to fuck around with.
That's you play silly games and you win silly prizes. And
if I know you as well as I think I do, I can almost imagine what the next picture is going to be, and that's going to bring back. I'll have to share some great memories.
I'll see how close you are here, because the next one.
When you take
Black Cat bottle rockets.
Well, close.
Okay.
Black Cat bottle rockets, absolutely. I was thinking about is it Black Cat or Black Jacks, the little ones that blew up.
The only ones I ever screwed around with were Blackjack or Black Cat, and Black Cat, I believe, made a number of different firecrackers.
Yeah, they were about this real skinny small, and we used to catch big grasshoppers around the house, and we'd take dental floss and wrap it around the grasshopper and light that thing on fire. And
God, I wasn't around there, PETA people.
But Black Cat fireworks, dude. Do you remember, Mike, having bottle rocket wars?
Yeah. Listen, I remember Matt's on board with those too, by the way, our cousin. And yeah, Jason, Pierre, Paul, thank you, bro, cuz. You guys may be too young. I don't know if you do or not, but I believe Aunt Linda was either dating or was married to Paul at the time.
Oh,
I loved Uncle Paul. Uncle Paul was wicked cool.
Amen.
And they got together and they bought a boatload of what you're looking at right now. Black Cat bottle rockets.
A gross of bottle rockets.
And we went to Southgate Mall, which is now, if you're in Colorado Springs, it's down towards where Home Depot, I think, is there now. But at the time, it was a Sears store. And there was like a little strip mall there, but it had a huge parking lot. And we all went there and split up sides. And we all remember. I don't know if you guys remember, but
I don't remember, but I can visualize this.
Dad and Uncle Paul lit punks for everybody. And if you know what punks are what burned. Yeah, you just lit a punk and you can light all your firecrackers with them for an hour. I mean, they lasted quite a while. And we did. We all had bottles, or we would just put them on the ground. You light them and you shot them at each other.
Do you know what the wives' tale was, Mike, that they say punks were made out of? Cow poop.
Oh, well. Let's have fun with cow poop.
Amen.
But today, listen, if we're talking about then versus now, you can't touch this shit.
No. I mean you can't, but here in Las Vegas, you get arrested for it.
Yeah.
So Michelle's reminding me of a story. So the house we first lived together. This is 18 years ago on Perfect Berm, on the Hispanic side of my family, my cousin Lonzo, and there's a whole bunch of us in the backyard. And we had gone up to the Indian reservation and purchased a whole bunch of, let's call them less than legal fireworks. And there were some kids walking along the back wall, and they hear us lighting off fireworks. This one kid peeks his head over. He's like, "Hey man, can we get some of those?" And my cousin Lonzo's like, "Absolutely." So he gets a bottle, lights one on fire, aims it over the wall. These fucking kids take off doing like Mach 5 there. Pew, 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 pew.
I don't know.
And then me and my infinite wisdom, you ever seen those ones that's got the tube and you drop it down in there and that thing shoots up in the air and boom, makes a big, yeah. Well, I didn't know they were directional. So I drop it down the tube, light the fuse, and it's upside down. So it goes shoot, and nothing happens. We're all like, well, what the hell? Dude, my backyard lit up like Christmas. Oh,
Wow.
And then my buddy Joe, this dumbass, you remember what Roman candles were?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, she just said no show Joe. Yeah, so Joe's up there lighting Roman candles, and he's all boom, 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 boom. And he lights one, doesn't do anything. He's all doing this, looking at it, and he goes, "It's not doing anything."
No way.
Aims it at the house, and dude, it's like we were in World War III. We're all diving for the glass door, slam the glass door shut, and it's just like bam, 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 fucking fireballs hitting the glass door. So yeah, they're not safe, kids. It's not safe.
Look at the wonderful memories we created.
Oh my
Risking
God.
life and limb, whether it was ours or somebody else's, we didn't care. But no, when I saw that video, I thought, it's such a great example of the difference of then versus now, because there is some truth to the safe and sane. What the hell is a sane firework anyway?
They call
I
it.
don't know what it is.
You can't have anything that blows up and nothing that projects into the air, high up in the air.
So is that what safe and sane is?
That's what they call them. Yeah, like around here, like in Vegas, they have all these little fireplace stands all over town, like gas stations and Home Depots and Lowe's and all that stuff. And that's how they sell the little fountains that spray sparkles up, and remember the old snakes, that you light them up on fire and they kind of
But snakes and sparklers are all I want.
Yeah, that's right.
Snakes and sparklers are all I like.
You don't want any whistling bungholes, whisker doos,
whisker don't, with or without the scooter stick.
But no, yeah, 4th of July back then versus now is just night and day difference, man. Would you ever imagine back in the day, Mike, saying, "Oh, on top of fireworks, we're going to have a drone show"?
Oh man, look, whatever we couldn't afford to buy, I was hunting bottles to turn in for deposits. Amen. I was doing it when the firecracker stands were opened. Colorado Springs got cleaned up by kids because that's what we were doing. We were collecting shit to go turn in for deposits so we can go get firecrackers.
Amen.
Man, had to have them.
Amen.
All right, let's see what else we got. So if you're tuned in tonight, we got a few people watching. Share with us, if you're 55 and older, then you know what we're talking about. If you're 55 and younger, would you do that today? Or are you okay with drones and safe and sane?
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll recognize this one.
Oh, yes.
Those are Roman candles.
Oh, yes. Those are my favorites.
See, and that's the wild thing. I was more of the will this blow my hand up kind of a guy. I wasn't really a Roman candle dude.
Is that a challenge?
Yes.
Are you challenging me?
One guard. Are you the challenger? Are you the challenger? So yeah, Roman candles, and I again, and I feel silly for asking. Can you even get this stuff anymore? I mean,
you can, but like I said, like here we have to drive like an hour and a half north to the Indian reservation, and they sell them there, and then you run the risk of getting pulled over and confiscated and ticketed for bringing them back.
And it's probably
back when I remember driving to Cheyenne, Wyoming, and having to buy fireworks in Colorado Springs to get the big stuff.
Well, that's where, I don't know when that all happened, because when I was a kid, when we were kids, you can still get them at the firecracker stand.
Yeah.
I think we still had some, and it wasn't even a question of, I know here, you're not supposed to fire off your fireworks within the city limits. I don't even remember back like on Debonair or Nadine, either one of those. I don't remember being restricted to outside city limits. I think you could just fire them off wherever you were.
Yeah.
The key was trying to avoid starting a fire.
Our street every year gets the cops called every year.
The one you're on now?
Yeah. Because we got people that just they have some just commercial quality fireworks. This is the best.
Wait a minute, they're not using Safe and Sane fireworks?
Oh no, they're using Sound and Stupid is what they're using.
Dangerous and dumb.
Dangerous and dumb. Yeah, you pick your analogy. Fuck, fill in the blank.
I wish we could find that video because it was just hilarious.
Oh, we're gonna
had to hustle over to Ron because I thought, you people in Vegas are weird.
Yeah. Oh, we are. I can't deny that. You got any more pictures?
Yeah, I think I only have one more. Let's take that one out of there. And I think I have one more. Now, I will tell you, other than when I can get them M80s, this was probably my fave.
Yeah, those are the ones I was talking about. I used to love those.
These were called Lady Fingers.
Lady Fingers. Yeah.
Now, the cool thing about Lady Fingers is you can get them in two. Well, you could get them in two kind of varieties. If you were good enough, you can get them in these packs that they came in, but then you can separate them so they'd be like a whole shitload.
Little
individual firecrackers.
Yeah, but this one that Mike is showing, if you look at the very end, that's the long black piece sticking up. That's the main fuse. And if you lit that, it would kick down and ignite every one of those, one of the others. Bam, 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 bam. Sound like a damn machine gun going off. We used to put those in a pan out in the front yard. Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, put them in an empty, back then you had aluminum trash cans, so you can turn those upside or even leave them right side up, throw them in there. And I have to tell you, I saw a video today, and I'm trying to be careful with this, but it's hilarious. There's a kid, and they're cooking outdoors, and they have a charcoal grill. And so before the lady lights up the grill, right, this kid walks up there with what looks like a bunch of lady fingers and starts stuffing them into the charcoal and hiding them.
Oh, no.
And so lady later comes by and lights the charcoals. And within a matter of seconds, they go off. The whole fucking family starts diving for cover because they think it's gunshots. I thought it was funny as hell.
Oh, that's great.
So
I think it's funny.
We used to have wars with black cats, jumping jacks, and bottle rockets on Scenic. No injuries somehow.
Man, those jumping jacks were brutal, man. If one got away, holy shit, dude! You're
but you see the end of his see what the end of what he wrote.
Insane. Dumb and dangerous. That's what we were.
We loved Dumb and Dangerous.
Hey,
look, if it wasn't Dumb and Dangerous, it probably wasn't worth doing.
Our montage of "Are you shitting me?" That's prime, man. That was us. Fuck Safe and Sane. We were dumb and dangerous. That was the "Are you shitting me?" aha moment. It's like you guys walk around with your helmets and your emotional safe spaces, and you know what? Fuck that. Give me an M80. Let's see if we can blow up. Go get me go find me a rat out in the street somewhere. Let's blow that fucker up.
Well, look how we think. I mean, right now there are probably some tender, emotional people going, "Oh no, we need to turn those people in.
We better come get me.
We better contact Facebook and YouTube. They must be violating some kind of a code." Yeah,
nothing's been violated yet, sweet cheeks.
We've only just begun. I still have another full beer. Y'all are in trouble. There you go.
Not open. My wife tells me, she goes, "Oh, it's a 3 beer kind of show." I'm like, absolutely.
That's okay. I've been telling people
a 3-drink minimum. What the hell?
I've had a couple of people say, you and your brother are kind of funny. I said, well, you got to tune in when I'm 2 beers into it. After that, I'm fucking hilarious.
Or asleep.
Yeah.
So
at my age,
I always forget Mike and I are 2 hours apart. And
yeah.
And he's talking about, he's like, yeah. I said, yeah, it's almost 6 o'clock. He goes, no, it's almost 8 o'clock. I'm like, no, it's not. I said, if it was 8 o'clock, it's past my bedtime.
I had to remind him, anytime I think I forgot to do a promo today, but at 8 Central, 7 Mountain, 6 Pacific.
So, Mike, I told you we had a guest tonight and she canceled on us. So, Mike, what do we do about guests that cancel on us?
Bitch.
We talk shit about them. So,
bitch, that'll learn you.
Matt, do you remember Christy Madigan from Doherty High School? I don't know if you remember her or not, but her and I've known her 40 plus years, and we went to Sabin Elementary School together. So we were probably in 7th grade, and I'll save the story because she asked if she could join in next week. But there's a very funny story that ties her and I together, and it's one of those things, Mike, that is just that moment of that will take you back to that day, that thought of, oh my God, you can think about that and you just put yourself in that date and time immediately. And again, I won't share it with you earlier today. I'm glad I didn't. So thank you for telling me now.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anytime I talk to her, and we don't talk a whole lot, I might talk to her once every 6 months to a year, if that, but it's always the same story. And it's funny. It's kind of like, Ken Hall, which he must be in Facebook jail or something because I haven't seen.
That's
Ken
my
Hall.
suspicion.
It is the year of the politics, so I can guarantee you Ken is probably in Facebook jail on the reg. But Ken and I always have that story that connects us together of me shooting out the lights in a '73 Dodge Dart.
Yep. Oh, is that the funny part of your story?
That was the funny part. Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Wait, hold on. Where's my laugh sign?
I'm laughing inside.
Fuck off. So anyway. So what else you got? You want pictures? Come on, let's go.
I told you I only did 4.
God dang it, Mike.
I got no more pictures.
Damn it.
I'm all out of pictures.
So hold on. I want to go back and I want to look at some of the pictures. This is going to sound bad. Some of the pictures you sent me earlier this week. That just sounded bad. So look, here's a good one for you.
Yeah, people are going to wonder, what is he sending him?
So my friend Michelle, who was our guest a month or 2 ago, sent me this picture.
Yeah, yoga master and Jägermeister.
Do you remember as a kid? Did you ever drink Jägermeister?
Love Jägermeister.
You do not.
Oh, you kidding?
I
have been in the Jägermeister position a time or two.
Sick whore. So here's a good one for the 80s and 90s kids. Matt, I'm sure you'll appreciate this. Rich or anybody else who's watching this. But who remembers this bad boy? You remember parking your car and pulling your stereo out, had the little fucking handle on it, and you had to take it wherever you went?
Yeah, that made you look cool.
Lock your door.
Hell with that. Buy a cheap stereo, leave your car unlocked.
Amen.
So that way they don't break out the glass and this.
Dude, we never locked shit when we were kids. Do you remember locking the front door of the house?
Nope.
Never. We used to sleep with we lived in a split entry home. So, the upstairs there was 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, living room. The name is really weird. And then a kitchen and dining room. And there was a sliding glass door off the back. We'd keep that sliding glass door open and the front door open just so we get air flowing through, Well,
again, because we didn't have an AC.
No, there was never a time you were worried about, keeping the door locked. And here's a good one for you. Can you read that?
Yeah, I saw you did with that one.
Gen X, the only generation that became 30 at the age of 10 and is still 30 at the age of 50. I was thinking more like 20 because that's how we act.
Because I still feel like, well,
my
I'm
mind
probably about
doesn't
40.
know I'm 55 years old. My body reminds me on the reg that it's 55 years old, but my mind is like, oh, what's that old country song? What was that? I'm not as good as I once was, but as good once as I ever was.
It's country. I'll have to take your word for it.
You live in Texas, fucker. You should know this.
Yeah, I understand. I also don't like the Cowboys. I don't listen to country music. I'm not a very good Texan.
I'm not a very good Texan.
But I'm willing to learn. I've been trying for 30 years.
Is there a class I can take?
I got this part down, although it's not a Texas.
Yeah,
beer.
that's the wrong beer to be drinking in Texas.
It's Modelo.
I need teepee for my bumhole. Sorry. Did it come out your nose?
Pretty close, damn it.
Let's talk about that, man.
I almost got beer.
Do you remember? Did you ever watch Beavis and Butthead as a kid?
I didn't watch a lot of it as a kid.
Okay, so that being said, now if you watched it as an adult, could you imagine watching that as a kid?
I wouldn't. No, not for me.
No, I used to love it. When I was before, I've lived in Vegas for 24 years now, and before that, I lived in Lake Tahoe, and I mean that was my go-to cartoon. I mean it was then's version of now of like King of the Hill, I guess. Just some raunchy, stupid cartoons.
Well, one of my favorite animated movies is actually Beavis and Butthead Do America.
Oh, it's a great movie.
I think it's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
And I've told you before, I go to sleep practically every night, binge watching and falling asleep to King of the Hill.
I love King of the Hill.
What
did I tell you about whacking in my shed?
Well, that was in Beavis and Butthead Do America. Are you the same two fellas that been whacking off in my shed?
What? Do you meet those kind of folks there in Texas? The Hank Hill?
Yeah, we are all that way. No, I really don't.
I only ask because, like, when I go to Montana, it's like going to a different world. It really is. I'm not being sarcastic. It really is. In comparison to living here in Vegas, and you go out there, it's like you've been kidnapped by aliens. And I'm sure they feel the same way.
What, the aliens feel like they've been kidnapped by Montanans?
Yes, that's exact. You caught me. You caught the tater.
Well, now what? Yep, we exist. You caught me.
You got me.
Okay, I can tell you, I'm into tater tots.
Go report me to ICE.
I really love that. Please don't dissect me. And needles scare the hell out of me.
So, who's on? Matt, you still there? Matt, give me a memory from the 4th of July when we were kids. Because there's a lot of things I'm sure I forget, and Mike, I'm sure you forget. And
that's the 70s. I forget a lot about then.
Well, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Not the cocaine.
Oh wait, that was me.
Maybe a little bit of weed.
Ah, a little bit of a weedy. Waiter.
I saw somebody posted a picture of was it Chico Escuela?
Chico Escuela.
Remember that one?
Yes.
Baseball be very, very good to me.
Yes.
So I wrote that on a comment, and people were trying to. What are you trying?
Okay, so you get that too, because I'll say things or write things, and people just look at you like,
yeah,
huh? I'm like,
a couple of people got it.
The perfect chance of saying it. Are you shitting me? You don't know what the fuck that means? It's like I thought everybody knew what that meant.
But it's funny. What's funny is they'll use one of Facebook's emojis, like a laughing icon, whatever they call that shit, and but then they'll question, like one guy actually wrote, "Baseball be Barry Good to Me. And I thought, nah, you really didn't watch it then. Garrett Morris really didn't have a lot of roles on SNL, but Chico Escuela was funny as shit.
Chico Escuela was great.
He was hilarious. Who did he play for? The Mets? So he made the All-Star team, but it's funny because back in that day they just came up with those quick hit one-liners, and we'd be at school for the next 2 weeks. Hey man, how's it going? Baseball be Betty good to me. And we'd laugh our asses off, man. We just thought it was the funniest shit we ever heard.
All right, so you just opened up a can, Mike. Saturday Night Live. Some of the best comedic episodes I've ever watched as a kid. The church lady was one. Father Guido Sarducci was another one. And in today's day and age, I mean, stepping forward into the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, we had, In Living Color and shows like that. And yeah, they were funny and they produced a lot of comedians they're still active today. But man, SNL, there was just no comparison. That was almost like the pinnacle. When you made it to SNL and you were successful after that, that was like the pinnacle of being a comedian.
Well, especially it had, I mean, God knows it had peaks and valleys. The original cast from 75 or 77. That was pretty much my cast, and I thought they were amazing.
Dude, Dan Aykroyd, John
Belushi. Aykroyd actually did some of the funniest bits. In fact, it's interesting we're talking about it. You talk about offending people. Go find YouTube, Google, whatever you got to do. Find the original Bass-O-Matic. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you might want to prepare yourself for it because that's how good Aykroyd was. Aykroyd is brilliant. He's heavily educated. He's just smart. But the way he rolls stuff off so clearly and concisely, he still does it to this day. But back then, he did this ad for the Bass-O-Matic, and truly what it amounts to is he's making a high-protein energy drink, and the Bass-O-Matic involves throwing a whole bass in a blender. A real bass in a blender, putting the lid on and cranking it up. So you watched him grind a bass on live TV. We thought it was hilarious. Today, it would be offensive as hell. But yeah, the Bass-O-Matic was good.
So you're talking about mixing shit up. It just reminds me of who was that old dude that wore the one-piece jumpsuit that was always working out? Jack LaLanne. Do you remember that In Living Color when Jim Carrey did the infomercial for the Juice Weasel? He's got his fucking eyebrows all like I'm Jack LaLanne, and I'm introducing you to the Juice Weasel. Oh my god, I can still picture it today. But seriously,
LaLanne's another one.
Oh,
I mean, people would if you can see old videos of him today.
Oh my god,
sure people today would be going, really?
What the fuck is wrong with that guy?
What is this? But he was all the craze back in the day of 60s.
In his blue mechanics outfit.
That's what it amounted to. His blue jumpsuit. Oh Lord.
Oh shit.
Anyway, so there you go. What talking about celebrating the 4th then and now. And we ran through all the pictures. Again, well, not that one.
Oh,
although we would have been about that age. Would have been too much younger.
Probably. There was something I wanted to share today, and damn it, now I can't remember.
Well, even during the pre-show, there was something you brought up that I thought, I really want to get to this. And now that I'm almost two beers in, I can't remember what it was. So maybe now's a good time to be for that. So, all right.
Well, don't fizzle out on me now. I mean, come on.
Good night, M80.
Bring it on.
I can't remember what it was. I bring it on if I can remember what it was.
It's those fucking ears.
What do you think I am? The Hawk 1 girl?
Hawk 1, Hawk 2, Huck 3.
Hike.
So I saw an interview.
What do you think the odds are? What do you think oh my God. What do you think the odds are you're going to hear that in the NFL sometime this year?
You already saw there was one of the players, I think one of the Pittsburgh Steelers players that was talking to her or trying to get to use that term for some reason. I don't know what the hell it was. But I was watching an interview with her, and there's all the stories about she worked in a preschool and she got fired from her job and she this and she that, and no, she goes, I worked at a spring factory. I never worked at a daycare or a school or a teacher, and just telling the whole story behind it. He's like, you know what? And like you and I said last time, it was last week or the week before, Mike, she's going to make so much fucking money off of this.
Oh, please.
And you're sitting here with Who ears on, and I'm drinking a Miller Lite. What are we missing?
Hawk Tua.
Yeah. I'm not going to Hawk Tua, but no, say no to Hawk Tua.
No can do.
No. Tu can
Me
chew.
don't love you long time.
Tu can chew. You tie, I tie, you tie, me tie. Yeah. That's it. All right. Well, next week, hopefully, my friend Christy will be able to join us. If not, we're open for guests. I mean, come on. You guys can join in.
I'm going to see if Tim Cato will join us. You'll love this guy. This guy's,
dude,
he's about as nutty as we are.
Get Tim.
I don't know if he's aware.
Is Tim on now? Is he on right now?
No.
Damn it. Okay, Tim.
Look, it's a holiday, man. Do you really think these people are in town?
Hey, shut your pretty mouth.
That's
well, Tim. If you're on,
at least you didn't hit me this time. Usually, when you tell me to shut my pretty mouth, you smack me around.
And this time, Hank. Oh shit! What was it? Fuck. What's her name now? Tina Turner. And this time, Mike, put a little stank on it. Tim, if you're watching, if you watch later on, man, please join us next week. I know it's a holiday weekend. A lot of you are out traveling, doing your thing, and Mike and I are here stuck at our houses doing a fucking podcast on
just
the
rambling to nobody.
Just rambling to nobody. But you know what's funny? And Mike and you and I talked about this on the phone earlier today. I'll talk to friends of mine and they'll be like, oh my God, yeah, I saw your podcast where so-and-so was on, or you guys talked about this or talked about that. So obviously you guys are watching them because the people I talk to that tell me that I never see on an episode. So you must be watching it afterwards. So join in sometime. It's the same time every Wednesday, 8 Central, 7 Mountain, 6 Pacific, every flipping Wednesday. So don't give me that excuse of, oh, I didn't know when it was on. Same time every week. Damn it, I can't with you.
God, I'm pretty.
Yeah, what he said. Yeah.
All right. Well, y'all don't blow your hands off this week.
All right. Join us next week. If you guys please have a safe and sane 4th of July, or blow a finger off. I don't fucking care.
Hell yeah.
Do whatever makes you happy.
Lose a digit.
Fucking A.
And then come back and tell us about it.
That's what God made freaking Alexa for. Just ask her what the answer is.
There you go. All right.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.